not decipher the race. Finally, I went with a flyer, but that is a good group and a very deep field.
I can't wait to watch this race today because we've got horses coming from different places here that have all looked tremendous. Let's start with the Marcus Melander trainee, Dancing in the Dark, who just picked such a bad time to make a break in that Kentucky Sire Stakes final. We know Marcus will fix that. I got to see Arnold and Dickey for Hall of Fame trainer Chuck Sylvester up at Delaware, and he just had the look of a horse that will stretch out on the mile track. I think this is his last start of the year, so you know they will want to go out with a win. You've got Zenith Stride in there, Brian Sears and Mark Harder, such a good team. And one of the great stories that we've had on the backstretch here during the Red Mile meet has been Quattro de Julio. He's a world record holder, I think, 151
1/5 of a second off
okay.
Walner's world record, so he was nearly a world record holder. I may be one of the only people in the grandstand today, Dave, that saw him win down at the Marion County Fairgrounds in Lebanon. He had a modest beginning on the Kentucky Fair Circuit, but he's really stepped up in a huge way. Just got 2 keyed up, I think, in that Kentucky Sire Stakes final, so we'll see there if Quattro de Julio looks to get back on track this afternoon.
Great story here. Trainer Marie Ortolan Barr, she spends like 24 hours a day with this horse, and we got to watch him school behind the gate. Apparently the problems he has is only at the starting gate, so we had Dan Kuhn with the older starting gate out on the infield training surface as well. They went behind it twice. He looked fine, so if he gets away trotting, Al Efferstein will be sending him to the front. And let's not forget about Southwind Tyrion. You know, he suffered his first loss in the Wellwood final, and it wasn't by much. It was by a head. At first, we thought Yannick Gingras was going to drive, but now, with the change, Oka will do.
We are switching those drivers again. Yeah, Oka's on Southwind Tyrion, very talented colt. That is a deep group at the 5th race. We'll dive back into that momentarily, Dave. We might as well tee up this afternoon's 11th race card and go through our handicapping selections here as we get set for opening day of the fall meet here in Lexington. We've got 2-year-olds in the first race, Dave, 2-year-olds on the trot, part of the refurbished overnight program here. We've got some really solid purses here, Dave. $10,000 on the line here for some of these young trotters to kick things off.
Right, number 3 rather, Boaster Coaster for top driver Mark McDonald. A couple of wins in a row for the Tactor stable. And I tell you what, you want to talk about a barn to get ready for this next couple of weeks. I think Nancy Tactor is just loaded.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That is typically the case with Team Tactor. Boaster Coaster, you know, what I've really noticed about him, Dave, he seems to be a bit hard to handle. He's got a tremendous amount of talent. Keep your eyes on him. But he's heading to the gate. Mark McDonald's done a great job with them last couple of starts. Doesn't seem like the easiest horse to drive.
That's why you have to match your driver for the particular horse. And it seems like Mark has gotten the job done here. Little post relief, that's going to help as well. So I had that as 3-5-7-1. Tough race to get the meet started.
Well, I'm on the odds with you as well, but I'm just going to shuffle it up slightly. It's 5-3-1-7 for me, Dave. I thought Platinum Oz, this is a colt, a son of E.L. Titan. We all remember E.L. Titan, very nice colt at his own right. He's looking for his first career win, Dave, but he's hit the board 4 of 5 starts. He just missed a Beltassima, who's a nice filly last out. Broadway Don defeated in the first, the starts 2 and 3 back. We get Tim Tetrick here in the Blank for Trader Annette Lorenzen.
That's the most important thing. Whenever Tim teams up with Ms. Lorenzen, they usually do some pretty good work. But for the Exacta players, they're finishing second in 3 of his last 4 starts. Sometimes that always makes me steer away from the top spot in the handicap.
We'll see about that. Again, I think it may have just been those the depth of the fields he was facing there. Wise had those runner-up finishes. But Platinum Oz for me, unfortunately, he's likely to be your favorite there as we get things kicked off this afternoon. Race 2, as you mentioned, Dave, we've got the 50-cent pick 5. Low takeout there, the 50-cent pick 5. It's just 15%. It's another overnight here. Non-winners are 2. This time we switch to the pace. Who'd you like in the second?
Well, you know, Tony Alagna's got a couple in this particular race, and that will be the case throughout the meet. You know, Tony's got so many top horses here, and I wanted a price in here. I thought this was a wide-open event. I'm going to take the pole sitter. Number 1, Simon Says Hanover. Scott Zeron's going to get the assignment for the Alagna Armada, coming off of a tough trip in a kindergarten classic division at the Meadowlands. No tough trips from the rail.
No, let's hope not. I'm going to go to his stablemate, coming out of the exact same race, the Kindergarten Classic there at the Meadowlands. 3 High Baller. I got a nice trip there. He finished 3rd, beating just a length and a half. I like that effort, Dave. He was home 26-1. These guys just beginning to learn. He's a set of Captain Treacherous. Just his 3rd career starter this afternoon. So I'm hoping still a lot of upside potential for that Captain Treacherous colt there in this afternoon's second race. On to the 3rd race here, another overnight to 2-year-old trotters, non-winners of 2 races lifetime. I am going inside of the pole position here, Dave. One Take This Society, a set of Muscle Hill. Hadn't been great to begin his career, quite frankly, but as you said, Nancy Tactor typically has him cranked and ready to roll. This time of year, I loved the local qualifier.
One thing for sure, Nancy Tactor does not rush her horses. They will tell her when they are ready to race. And this $475,000 yearling, he's probably the horse to beat. And, of course, he was Dexter's choice over a long shot in there. But, again, I want a little bit more value in a spot like that. I took the outside horse. I took Tangled Love. We just spoke about Tim Tetrick when he teams up with Annette Lorenzen. And this son of Love You for the SRF stable. I don't like the bad post blues, but we'll see if Timmy can get him involved.
There was a good rally last time. He closed from far back there, ended up fourth, but he made up a lot of ground late. I'd like to see that as well. As you mentioned, if Teacher can just find a way to get him worked into the race, I gave him a major chance here. I gave him a long look in race number 3 as well. We move on now to the fourth race. It's the first stake of this afternoon, Dave. We've got the 2-year-old filly Pacers as the winds have picked up.
Hold those papers down.
As you can see out there. $133,000 on the line here. In fact, Dave, all of our stakes this afternoon, all 6-figure events.
I'm glad you said that. I had that written down, and we have just enough divisions to keep the purses big because that's what we're here for at the Red Mile. We want to watch fast horses. We want to see great horses, and they go for good money.
I was at Hoosier Park there on Caesars Trotting Classic night, Dave. For my money, the 7 Test of Faith. She may have been the most impressive winner of the night. She's a daughter of Art Major, 6 of 7 to begin her career. The only time she lost, she was interfered with, and she made a break in stride at the beginning of that race. This is a very talented filly. She actually went past an undefeated filly there in Indiana the other night, Something Beautiful. So that was a good group. She was completely wrapped up. Home 25 and change. I'm really looking forward to seeing her back here this afternoon.
This is going to be a great race, especially when you have the main power on the outside post, so they have to get into the race. I just took a swing with Marsala Hanover. She's had a really good season for Hall of Fame trainer Linda Toscano here. Good speed. You know they're both going to leave. They're going to have to deal with J.K. Always Be a Lady from the inside at some point, but we'll see who ends up wanting the lead in there. That could be the dictate the outcome of the race.
Yeah, really good test of faith. She did show a bit of her versatility there last time out. She didn't go to the lead, so she actually left, got away somewhere mid-pack there and rolled by late. I thought we could see similar tactics from her here this afternoon, but that is a good group of 2-year-old pacing fillies. Yeah, this afternoon's 4th race. 5th race, it's the first here for the 2-year-old Trotting Colts, $105,000 on the line. This is the race we talked about at the outset, Dave. Ultra deep field in the 5th race. Who is on the Brower bandwagon here, race 5?
The Brower bandwagon is Chuck Sylvester and Dexter Dunn. I was so impressed with Arnold and Dickey in their number 4 up at Delaware. And again, like I said, they're going to put this guy away probably after the race today and get him ready for a big 3-year-old season. He is a colt by bar hopping. So, nice pedigree there. Didn't cost a whole lot. Plucked out of Harrisburg for only $17,000. He's worth a lot more than that based on what I saw up in Ohio last week.
And I'm going to go to a colt that impressed me so much when his first start here in Lexington. That's to Dancing in the Dark from trader Marcus Melander. Dancing in the Dark, Dave, just completely sprinted away from his rivals here in Kentucky Sire Stakes action. 52-3. Maybe not quite as sharp since that point. He followed it up with the break in stride. Last out, a pretty good runner-up in that Kentucky Sire Stakes event. And then whatever happened there last out made the break, and something went off track there. But Dancing in the Dark, a colt loaded with talent. We know at some point the connections are going to get him dialed in.
I would have to say so. Tim Tetrick did qualify him once, so he is familiar with the horse here. And we know Marcus Melander certainly, can fix whatever the problem was. Dancing in the Dark, big-time speed from the inside. Tim is going to handicap this race just like you and I, seeing all the outside power as well. So really looking forward to that race. I'm going with Arnold Dickey based on what I saw. And then let's talk about Southwind Tyrion. We can't leave him out of the conversation.
No, very, very talented colt. We obviously saw him begin that career in the New Jersey Sire Stakes circuit back at the Meadowlands, Dave. I really liked him. The overlay of the meet maybe at the Meadowlands was when he took that New Jersey Sire Stakes final, Dave, at 7-1. That was shocking that night.
I remember because you tried to tell me that it was coming, and I did not believe you. Why do I not believe you all the time?
Because I'm typically wrong.
No, you're not. You're typically right, and you were right that night. And what a nice freshman season this colt has gone. He's a son of Muscle Hill out of a Cantab Hall mare. $145 was the yearling price right here in Lexington last year. Very, very well bought by Team Svanstead, who had a tremendous Grand Circuit 2 weeks last year.
They did typically have them ready to roll. It's shoeing. They usually play with that when it comes to this time of the year. You always have to keep your eyes on Team Svanstead here in Lexington. As we march on, Dave, 6th race this afternoon, back to overnight company here on the trot. 3 and 4-year-old, 3 to 5-year-old filly and mare trotters going to post to the 6th race. I like the one Fashion Charmer, the inside. Just a 3-year-old here against some other rivals, but Fashion Charmer just so good in that last Kentucky Commonwealth leg. You know, the concern today, obviously, was scratched out of the Commonwealth final.
Well, yeah, you never see anybody scratch out of a final unless there's a problem. And there has been some sickness going around. I've heard it, back in New Jersey. I heard about it up in Ohio, and I'm sure it's the same here in Lexington. But Dexter Dunn must have got the plus vote because he was listed on 3 horses in here. He's going to stay with Fashion Charmer. I like the post relief. I like the way Jim Campbell has brought this one along for Jules Siegel and the Fashion Farms here. The main power is to the outside. Dip Me Hanover. She's going to be firing out of there for Scott Zeron and Linda Toscano, so should be a good race. I just hope Fashion Charmer is ready today.
Yeah, I agree. And Dip Me Hanover, obviously a very talented filly as well. She was a good third in that Pennsylvania Sire Stakes final, so against Overnight Company, you'd have to give her a long look here this afternoon as well. We move on to the 7th race that kicks off that new ultra-low takeout, Dave. It's been reduced here for the season, just 15%. Still a $1 minimum on the pick 4, so you can make some nice scores there if you could just get something the least bit tricky. Unfortunately, I'm not going all that tricky at all to kick things off, Dave. I'm inside here with the 1 In Range, another son of bar hopping. He has never been worse than second in his career. Hasn't raced since the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes final, but he did tune up here with a nice tightener over the Red Mile.
He did. A very good story on ustrotting.com sent out by Ken Weingartner concerning the co-owner here, Mr. Wallstedt, who owns some fine dining restaurants across the country. We'll have to see if he's got any here in Lexington. In Range, he's going to be the horse to beat, but I think trainer Marcus Melander has really got a stranglehold on this one. I'm going to try the other one. That would be number 7, Moonstone S. Absolutely cruised at the Meadowlands in that division of the Kindergarten Classic here. I love the acceleration when Tim Tetrick that day pushed the button. Tim opted for number 1 In Range here, so Brian Sears will get the call. Another monster team that you can never ignore, Sears and Melander.
They team up for a lot of success. We know that. Ultimately, I went with Tetrick there. I did see that he opted the one inside there, but a couple of stablemates, Melander there with plenty of firepower in this afternoon's 7th race as we'll kick off that pick 4. 8th race, another division of the Bluegrass for the 2-year-old Pacing fillies, over $134,000 on the line here. Dave, good matchup here. We've got the 1st and 2nd place finishers back from that $250,000 Kentucky Sire Stakes final. The 2 Making Waves, the 3 Blue Diamond Eyes. They're likely your favorites here. Did you try one of those or go a different direction?
No, I did, and I got to see Making Waves train the other day, and Linda Toscano pulled up in her golf cart because she let Jeff, her assistant, go last trip to the bike with Making Waves, and he says he's done such a tremendous job of with this filly. She would run through fences, I guess, early on. They've got her where she's calm and cool and collected. And again, with the 2 favorites starting side by side, you could go either way. I went for Making Waves over Blue Diamond Eyes.
Yeah, Blue Diamond Eyes just so impressive last time out there. I thought that was just a handy win home, 51 flat. They've obviously traded jabs sort of in the Kentucky Sire Stakes, so we'll see maybe which one of those fillies trip out. That could make all the difference in race 8 here today. 9th race, another stake for the 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters, $106,000 and change on the line. I'm way outside here to the 9, Dave. Locatelli added trotting hobbles for the local qualifier. Really like that effort. Home 27 and change. Dexter Dunn teams up here with trainer Nancy Tactor. Tough post, but I think the trotting hobbles could make all the difference.
I think you're right. Nancy never afraid to try different things, but boy, do I hate that post, Gabe. I hate post 9 and 10 here on the clay surface at the Red Mile. You want to take a look at a great-looking young horse. Wait till you see number 3 Delayed Hanover step on the track. He looks like an older performer. He's got good size and balance and everything else. He was a little late to the party here. Didn't get started until the middle of August with a qualifier at Pocono, but he was tremendous in his first start at the Meadowlands, and he was very good again with no chance to catch the leader last time. He's gotten faster and faster with each and every start. He will be perfect for the Red Mile this week.
And we already mentioned that Team Svanstedt, typically, you can see those horses really elevate their games here in Lexington. We see it year in and year out. Could be the case with Delayed Hanover. I gave him a long look in race 9 here today as well. 10th race kicks off the late double. Dave, we've got a couple of overnights here. Big fields to close it out. The 10 Twice the Fool, going to give him an upset edge there in race 10 today, Dave. This colt, pretty decent talent-wise when he's on top of his game. He had not been on top of his game of late, but he was so good in that last start. He just sat safe ground. He sprinted past late. Yes, I know he's got a tough post here today. That's going to inflate our price. I think it'll be double digits from that outside post here this afternoon.
You're probably right about the double digits, but he's not going to be 35-1 like he was in that win. We hope his trainer, Kevin Thomas, had a couple of $20 win tickets on that. Great to see Kevin with an entrant here on opening day. We know he's been such a big part of the program here for a long time. I'm going to try Hot Springs Volo again, and this is a stab in the dark. You could play anybody in this race. Hot Springs Volo has several trips over the track, was real sharp about a month and a half ago for Annette Lorenzen here. Again, first time Tim Tetrick. So that's a big angle for me today. I'm hoping Timmy has a big day.
And it should be a much easier spot today for Hot Springs Volo. She's been tackling those Kentucky Commonwealth fillies, so overnight action. But I think you said it best. I think you could go about any direction there in this afternoon's 10th race. That's going to close out the pick four, maybe a spread race there in race 10. 11th race, super high five action. Dave, I've got a horse for the course here in the finale. It's a 5 Rocket on the Seas. This guy right back here, he was so good. He's got a vicious closing kick. It just didn't look like he could negotiate the track at Dayton quite as well, but he went a lifetime best effort here just a month or so back, 150-4. If he's anywhere that good today, I think he is tons the best in the finale.
And how about who gets the drive?
That's exactly right. We've got Joe Bongiorno.
Joe Bongiorno still probably celebrating his Little Brown Jug success with Captain Barbosa. He drove that horse perfectly twice on the right day to do it. First win of the year for Captain Barbosa, first jug for Joe Bongiorno. I saw it the same way as you, so I'm hoping trainer and owner Sherry Chastain out of Monroe, Ohio, has got this one ready. I love mid-pack posts in what could be a mad scramble kind of a race, and if Joe just keeps him close, you say he'll kick home.
I think it's going to be a Captain Barbosa type drive, Dave. I think he's going to rally from off the pace in the finale here as we'll get set to close out our opening day action. We're happy to have you with us here this afternoon as well, Dave. Should be a great day. Should be a great 2 weeks here in Lexington.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll warm up a little bit for us over the course of this week and next week. Again, we're going to try to keep you entertained all day. I'll be running out to the winner's circle to hopefully interview some connections with our 5 bluegrass divisions, and you never know who can pop up for an interview here at the Red Mile. So again, if you've joined us at home or via simulcast network or track or watching on RTN.TV, welcome. It's going to be fun.
We're happy to have you in here. And come out and join us on track. Again, 500 fans. Check in there with Miss Bessie at the switchboard if you'd like to reserve your reservation here and join us for the 2020 season. Good luck out there today. Just 5 minutes from the opener.
Our passion and our promise to breed the best and sell the best so you can race the best. Crawford Farms, home to more than 100 impeccably bred broodmares, sharing lush forever fields alongside racehorses and retirees. They call it the sport of kings. We call it the love of champions. From our farm to the winner's circle, share our passion. Crawford Farms.
This is the tale of Father Patrick, the standard bearer of a proud lineage, with a legacy of victory and glory all his own. His legend continues to grow.
Father Patrick in control. He does it again. He wins by 2.5 lengths.
Father Patrick with a Breeders' Crown.
Be a part of the legend of Father Patrick, now at Diamond Creek Farm.
Captive audience on the outside up.
Discover the best in North American standardbred racing at Woodbine Mohawk Park.
But Tetrick's got the motors.
With the highest daily average purses in North America, racing 5 nights a week. And an industry-leading stakes program, Woodbine Mohawk Park offers the most opportunities to win.
Chris rushes up on the far outside.
Join the growing ranks of owners from all over the globe and race with us at the #1 standardbred racetrack in North America.
Trotters on the track for this afternoon's first race. It's the Crazed for 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters, sponsored by the Dream Foundation. Kicks off your early double. There are no changes. Number 1 is Junto. Paul Kelly trains the Paul Kelly Racing Stable. Thomas Pontone, Lars Berg, Scott Ziron drives. Number 2 is Asteroid. Per Ingblom trains. Casper Foged drives for Diamond Creek Racing and Crossover Racing. 3, Boaster Coaster. Nancy Tactor trains. Mark McDonald between the wheels for John Fielding, David Anderson, Robert LeBlanc, and REW Equine. 4 is World Bank. Bob Stewart trains. Dexter Dutta for Dr. William Solomon. The 5 is Platinum Oz. Annette Lorenzen trains for ACL Stuteri, Tim Tetrick. 6, Dynamite Voldo. Jan Janssen trains and he co-owns the Arden Homestead Stable, Brian Sears. And 7 is Roberts Hanover. Tony Alanya trains for Alanya Racing. Brad Grant and Steve Heimbecker. Joe Bongiorno is at the controls. That's the field for the first race. It's the Crazed overnight event to kick off the card. They'll go to the post in just a few minutes for the opener. Dave Brower, one of our favorite times of the year right here as we get set to kick off opening day action. We've got overnight event here to kick it off. 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters, field of 7 to begin the festivities here. And I am on the current favorite day, the 5 Platinum Oz. Back-to-back runner-up finishes. Last time just missed to a nice filly in Beltassima. 2 back faced Broadway Don. That's we'll see Broadway Don a bit later today, I believe. A son of E.L. Titan here for trainer Annette Lorenzen. Tim Tetrick takes over the drive here this afternoon, but that move getting a lot of tote attention up there. Right now, odds on at 3 to 5.
3 to 5 looks like that's a little bit of a low price, Gabe, but Platinum Oz is going to get a driver change today. And again, we talked about the team up of driver Tim Tetrick and trainer Annette Lorenzen. Very consistent this horse for the most part. I only see one mistake on view. That was back in early August, but I see good rallies here. Question of how the track might play today. You know, it's a bit chilly again and a bit breezy, so that could have a little impact in the race. I don't expect them, these horses to go as fast as they normally would on a day like this. We'll see what Tim's got in mind here, but I was happy to watch them all through the post parade. Everybody looks like they're on their game. Nobody grabbing on too much, as we know young trotters can do. I hear the overhead. I hear. No. No. Okay.
And we are having a couple of audio difficulties. We'll work our way through that. You've got just over a minute here to wager on the first race. Wage run this afternoon's first race at Dream Foundation starting gate, beginning to move into position. It's post time for the Friday afternoon opener. Starter call. Two-year-old trotters lined up. The Crazed late closing event sponsored by the Dream Foundation to kick off the Friday afternoon card. Field of 7. They are on game. And they are off. Asteroid sprints out to quickly. World Bank off stride at the start. World Bank has made a break in stride as they trot under that opening turn. Asteroid. Casper Fogan take the early lead. Boaster Coaster still floating wide in the second spot. Platinum Eyes sweeping up at the outside of third as Junto was away comfortably in fourth. Roberts Hanover continues to press on there for Bonjordo fifth. Dynamite Volo was out trotting in sixth and far back to World Bank. They trot through an opening quarter here, 28-2. Boaster Coaster has taken over the top from Asteroid, who tracks in the loose pocket spot second. Roberts Hanover's been out all the way, still parked at the outside of third with Platinum Eyes a favored. Down at the inside of fourth, currently 6 lengths off the lead. Junto continues to track in fifth. Dynamite Volo still sixth. World Bank still far back. Strung out group across the backstretch. Boaster Coaster looking for his third consecutive victory. He'll dial up the opening half in 56-3, so it's a solid tempo up top. 28-1 in the second quarter. Boaster Coaster maintains a 2-length margin out of the far turn. Asteroid continues to give chase in second with 3/8 to go. As the favorite Platinum Eyes gets the green light, and he's on the attack at the outside for Tetrick, past Roberts Hanover, who's pinned down from a fourth. Off stride went Junto, so Dynamite Voldo will move up a spot. They trot at the top of the stretch. Boaster Coaster still rolling along. Platinum Eyes has his sights set of the leader down from second. Roberts Hanover has worked back into a third, past 3/4, 125-3. Coaster maintaining a 2-length lead. Platinum Eyes continues to inch in from second. Roberts Hanover slips up the inside late as they move into deep stretch. Boaster Coaster a short lead. Roberts Hanover continues to rally down at the inside late. It's Roberts Hanover slips on through to win it. Bonjordo and Roberts Hanover in the opener. Boaster Coaster was second. Platinum Eyes finished at third, 154. Judges have posted the 7, Roberts Hanover, unofficially first. 3-1, second to the 3, Boaster Coaster. Third to the 5, Platinum Eyes, 6, Dynamite Voldo, fourth, 7-3, 5-6, unofficially race 1. Turning track side for the Diamond Creek Farm winners presentation. This is the 7 Roberts Hanover. Tony Alagna, the beats leading trader. Joe Bongiorno for the win this afternoon. Roberts Hanover, owned by Alagna Racing of New Jersey. Brad Grant of Ontario and Steve Heimbecker also of Ontario. He's a 2-year-old bay colt by Cantab Hall from the Hanover Hall mare Ruled of Hall. Bred by the Hanover Shoe Farms, Pennsylvania. Second career win. Lifetime best ever this afternoon for Roberts Hanover, 154. Steve Wadick trackside for the trophy presentation. He will quickly be catching up with Dave Brower momentarily. We'll get the prices first, though, for the opener. 7 Roberts Hanover returns $880, $440, $260. Second of the 3 Boaster Coaster, $440 and $240. Third of the 5 Platinum Eyes, $210. Exacta 7-3, $36.80. The $1 trifecta, $33.80. 20-cent superfecta, $31.82. Official rundown in for the first. 1 Junto 6th, number 2 Asteroid 5th, 3 Boaster Coaster 2nd. 4 World Bank was 7th, 5 Platinum Eyes 3rd, number 6 Dynamite Voldo 4th, 7 Roberts Hanover, the race winner. Rechecking top down at 6.52, 7.34 with 1 on the bottom. Roberts Hanover, career best here this afternoon, 154. This time we'll set it down trackside. Our man Dave Brower catches up with Steve Wadick, who's trackside after race 1.
The Diamond Creek Farm Winner's Circle here at the historic Red Mile. First of all, Steve, congratulations on what has been a spectacular year for you and your partners, the In the Gym partners. You're part of Ramona Hill. I mean, how much fun has that been?
Well, it's been fantastic. Myself and John part of In the Gym, but also Robert LeBlanc and our other partners. Also own Exploit and Barbosa, so the Little Brown Jug, the Metro, Ramona's fantastic. It's been an unbelievable year.
I know, and such a crazy time, too. How have you and your family handled this COVID thing, and then how has that affected your business, of racing horses?
Yeah, so thank God everybody in the family is well, and I wish everybody good health and safety. But it's been a little tougher this year, obviously, for the family to participate in the racing. So you'd love to have everybody out at the Hambo celebrating and being excited. Saying we would have gone up to see Exploit in the Red Mile. I would have loved to have been at the Jug, but unfortunately that wasn't to be. So we'll take the wins, but hopefully this will be gone soon, and we'll do it again next year.
So it's led to a lot of home watch parties where you can celebrate?
Absolutely, especially for the last 2 races. I did get out to the Hambo, and that was fantastic. So it's my first Hambo racing in. I've been in the Jug before, but first time to win that, so it's been unbelievable time.
Well, we're definitely glad to have you with us here at the Red Mile, and of course you'll be heading over to the yearling sale, which starts on Monday night as well. Give everybody an idea of what it feels like to be in Lexington, especially in a year like this.
Well, the city is beautiful, and going to the farms is amazing, and getting over to the Tipton Classic facility is great as well. So it's still a fantastic city, and I would urge people to continue to come out. I'm cautious about everything I do, and I feel tremendously safe here.
Okay, and Ramona Hill is in the box, in to go as part of that 15-race card on Sunday. Outside post, though. Check 1, 2, 3. All right, last question. Ramona Hill in the box, ready to go on Sunday. Are you worried about that outside post?
Not at all. Not with Ramona. I think she can do it any way she wants to go. With Andy and the bike, she'll either, blast out of there and go to the top, or just wait and come from behind, as we saw her in the limbs for the Hambo.
Tell me if you agree with this. Is she still getting better?
I believe she's gotten better every race that she's been in.
And then the job that Tony has done with her right from, last year at 2.
Tony, the grooms, everybody in the barn, the assistant trainers, all have done a fantastic job, and I don't think we've seen the best of her yet.
There you go. That's what I want to hear. Maybe we'll see the best of her this Sunday or the week after.
Or the week after.
All right, Steve Weinick, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to wish you lots of good luck over the next couple of weeks, and let's all try to have a little fun here. We know you have been having fun all season.
Absolutely. Best wishes to everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
All right.
Sprints out to quickly. World Bank off stride at the start. World Bank has made a break in stride as they trot under that opening turn. Asteroid. Casper Fogan take the early lead. Boaster Coaster still floating wide in the second spot. Platinum Eyes sweeping up at the outside of third as Junto was away comfortably in fourth. Roberts Hanover continues to press on there for Bongiorno fifth. Dynamite Volo was out trotting in sixth and far back to World Bank. They trot through an opening quarter here, 28-2. Boaster Coaster has taken over the top from Asteroid, who tracks in the loose pocket spot second. Roberts Hanover's been out all the way, still parked to the outside of third with Platinum Ozzy a favorite. Down at the inside of fourth, currently 6 lengths off the lead. Junto continues to track in fifth. Dynamite Volo still sixth. World Bank still far back. Strung out group across the backstretch. Boaster Coaster looking for his third consecutive victory. He'll dial up the opening half in 56-3, so it's a solid tempo up top. 28-1 in the second quarter. Boaster Coaster maintains a 2-length margin out of the far turn. Asteroid continues to give chase in second with 3/8 to go. As the favorite Platinum Oz gets the green light, and he's on the attack at the outside for Tetrick, past Roberts Hanover, who's been down from a fourth. Off stride went Junto, so Dynamite Voldo will move up a spot. They trot at the top of the stretch. Boaster Coaster still rolling along. Platinum Oz has his sights set of the leader down from second. Roberts Hanover has worked back into a third, past 3/4. 125-3. Boaster Coaster maintaining a 2-length lead. Platinum Oz continues to inch in from second. Roberts Hanover slips up the inside late as they move into deep stretch. Boaster Coaster a short lead. Roberts Hanover continues to rally down at the inside late. It's Roberts Hanover slips on through to win it. Bongiorno and Roberts Hanover in the opener. Boaster Coaster was second. Platinum Oz finished at third, 154. Two-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers on the track for the second race. Kicks off the 50-cent pick 5. It's sponsored by Spring Garden Ranch. The Racing Hill. What as Simon says, Hanover, Tony Alanya trains. Got zeroed up for Riverview Racing. Brad Grant, Ken Jacobs, Plouffe Head, and VJ Stable. Number 2 is Velocity Gator. Mark Evers trains Andros for the Velocity Standardbreds. 3 is High Baller. Tony Alanya trains for Riverview Racing. Alanya Racing, Brad Grant, VJ Stable, Gordon Reed, and Federa. Tim Tetrick at the bike. 4 is Little Joe the Third. Jamal Denson trains and drives for Taronda Smith. Number 5, Just Marvelous. Brett Schwartz trains. He co-owns with Alexis Schwartz and Dylan Fagan. Andy McCarthy in the bike. Number 6, Gretzky. Nancy Tactor trains for Diamond Creek Racing. Jerry and Teresa Silva Stables. Order by Stable and Howard Taylor with Dexter Dunn. 7, Official Bean. Brett Schwartz trains for William Bean. Dave Miller. And rounding out race 2, that's 8, Odds On pick 6. Melanie Wren trains. Pete Wren drives for Odds On Racing. That's your field for race 2. Once again, it does kick off the 50-cent pick 5. 15% takeout. only changes in the pick 5 come at the 5th race. In race 5, we've got a driver change on 7 Ambassador Hanover. Yadik Jingra, 8 Southwind Tyrion, Ogus Fonstedt. Switch the drivers on number 7 and 8 in the 5th race. Those are your only changes in this afternoon's pick 5 sequence.
Well, Gabe, on to race 2. Coming up here, we're switching over to the pace here with a field of 8 2-year-olds getting ready to go to the gate here in this division of the Racing Hill, sponsored by the Spring Garden Ranch. And again, we always want to thank everybody who sponsors us here at the Red Mile. It's such a good time, and we appreciate the support. I don't think either one of us had that winner in the first race, did we?
Getting the pick 5 set to kick off here with race 2. We do have a small carryover as well, just shy of $500 in the pick 5 here this afternoon. $491 carryover this afternoon's pick 5. You'll see that new money already around the $3,500 mark. Would it be a nice pool here? Just a 15% takeout on the new money as we get set for race 2.
Again, 8 Pacers out on the track here for this division of the Racing Hill, sponsored by the Spring Garden Ranch. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors that support the Red Mile Meet. There's a look at number 5, Just Marvelous. Pretty big long shot out on the track here, but nobody hotter in the sulky seat than driver Andrew McCarthy. He will hop aboard this son of Arthur Blue Chip for trainer Brett Schwartz for the first time. All the Pacers in the post parade and in the subsequent score down all look nice. Again, nobody too riled up on this cool, crisp afternoon at the Red Mile. Just went by me was number 6, Gretzky, who Nancy Tactor, sitting on a big couple of weeks here in the circuit part of the meet. Gretzky, a colt by Some Beach Somewhere out of the Art Major mare Francesa, who cost $310,000 to bring home from the Harrisburg sale. Real good qualifier here just a couple of weeks ago. 155 and 3 home in 25. So Gretzky right now 4 to 5, and that is not a big surprise. I went to the 1. Simon Says Hanover here. Again, the Alanya Armada. They've got 2 in here. Simon Says Hanover and High Baller. Gabe was all about High Baller. I thought I would get a better price, number 1, and I am right now at 8 to 1. Scott Zier on the board. A horse that's coming out of a tough trip in that Kindergarten Classic division at the Meadowlands. This will be his 3rd start back off a little bit of a layoff. Looking forward to him kicking in late. He looked great scoring down. One of the other ones taking money. Number 8, odds on pick 6, beating Melanie Wren. No luck in the Charlie May race of the Ohio Breeders' Championship. And then again, nobody has had any luck against that undefeated Charlie May. This one rallied nicely to be 3rd. So it's a 1-6-3-8 for me. It's a 3-6-1-8 for Gabe. Good luck here in race number 2. Again, this kicks off the 50-cent pick 5 See if we get a carryover here on opening day.
Once again, fans, make it your final boarding call for this afternoon's second race. Getting set for race 2. Again, we do have a small carryover left over from the early meet. $491 already, well over 4,000 new money in the Pick 5 here today. This is your last chance to wager on race 2. Dream Foundation starting gate will begin to position. It's post time. Race 2. The Racing Hill. Racing Hill. First crop, now 2. Already making a huge impact in the state of Ohio. Of course, earned over $1.7 million. Multiple stakes winner. Racing Hill. Second race sponsored by Spring Garden Ranch, where winners winter. Daily on Springs, Florida. Check them out at springgardenranch.com. Post time for race 2. Starter calls. Condition Pacers lined up for this afternoon's second race to kick off 50-cent Pick 5, a field of 8. They are on game. And they're off. Official Bean came out swinging from the outside for Miller. Just Marvelous. Left out from the sitter, as did Velocity Gator. As they rolled into the Tattersall's turn, Official Bean. Sweeping up on the outside, he'll take over from Just Marvelous. Velocity Gator on giving chase in a third. Gretzky looked to dive in mid-pack fourth in front of Simon Says Hanover. High Ballers under a tight early rein from a sixth. It's a break of 2 lengths to odds on pick 6. The back marker, Lil Joe the third. The quarter here moderate, just 29-1. Official Bean, 28-1 long shot, loose on the lead. Is the backstretch. Gretzky is out on the move down for a dot as they sweep past the 3/8 mark. Gretzky looks to move on past Official. Marvelous rides at the inside of third for McCarthy. Velocity Gator tracking the top trio from fourth in front of Simon Says Hanover. High Baller still patient in the Devon's on pick 6, and Lil Joe the third with the big mountain to climb here as the race past the half in just 58-3. Leisurely tempo as the even money favorite Gretzky has taken over control, and they move on to the far turn with 3/8 to pace. Official Bean continues to hang in from the second spot. Velocity Gator is up on the outside, uncovered third. Just Marvelous opted to sit in from fourth. Simon Says Hanover sweeps to the outside fifth, but he's still got 6 lengths to make up in front of High Baller as they roll past 3/4, 126-4. Gretzky maintains a short lead at the top of the stretch. Velocity Gator. Still inching out of the outside for Evers. Official Bean tries to sweep back through that at the inside. Simon Says Hanover rolls up at the outside, far outside high baller. They're 5 across the track in deep stretch. Velocity Gator a short lead, but here's Simon Says Hanover and Zeron late. Simon Says Hanover up to a wedded. Velocity Gator was second. Gretzky third. Official Bean was fourth. 153-3. Judges have posted one Simon Says Hanover. 7-2 Coast second choice on top. Second of the 2 Velocity Gator. 6 Gretzky third. Number 7 Official Bean was fourth. 1-2-6-7 unofficially in the second. Turning track side for the Diamond Creek Farm Wetters presentation. This is Simon Says Hanover. Tony Alanya doubles up here to kick off the Grand Circuit season. Scott Zeron was the bike aboard the Wetters Simon Says Hanover. 2-year-old bay colt. He's by Captain Treacherous for the American Ideal Mare Social Scene. Simon Says Hanover, owned by Myron and Stephanie Bell's Riverview Racing. Florida, Brad Grant of Ontario, Ken Jacobs of New York, Plouffe Head and VJ Stabled, all of Florida. Simon Says Hanover, bred by the Hanover Shoe Farms, Pennsylvania. It is his first career victory. The wedding effort will establish a lifetime best 153-3 for Simon Says Hanover. John Federa makes the trophy presentation of the winning connections of Simon Says Hanover. We'll catch up with John momentarily. We'll get the prices now for race 2. Simon Says Hanover returns 980, 580, and 320 for the trouble. Second of the 2 Velocity Gator, 840 and 480. Third of the 6 Gretzky, 220. Exacta 1-2 was $71.40. The $1 trifecta, $106.70. Early double for a deuce worth $57.60. And your 20-cent superfecta 1267, $127.22. Official rundowns here for the second race. Simon Says Hanover, the race winner. 2 Velocity Gators second. 3 Highballer fifth. 4 Little Joe the third, 8th. 5 Just Marvelous sixth. Number 6 Gretzky third. 7 Official Bean fourth. 8 Odds on Pick 6 was seventh. Rechecking top down. It's 1, 2, 5, 8, 6, 3. 4 and 7 on the bottom. Simon Says Hanover, 153 and 3. Dave Brower once again standing by with a special guest. He's got John Federa trackside here in race 2.
Thanks very much, Gabe. Once again, want to talk to all the top owners here in the sport over the next 2 weeks here during the Grand Circuit part of the Red Mile here. We've got John Federa here. He is partners with Mr. Steve Wienick, who we talked to after the first race. John, again, thanks for coming out and doing this. What kind of a year are you guys having?
We've been blessed all the way through. We're very grateful. We call it our own Triple Crown with the Hambo, the Jug, and the Metro coming together, and it's just been great. But most important, the health of everyone else is concerned. So want it to continue, but want 2020 to end.
Now, you've been in the horse business a long time. You're we're based out of Staten Island here, too. This has got to be the greatest year you've ever been involved, right?
Without a doubt. I don't think there's anything been like this. We've had some great wins over the years, but not a year with so much combined together and, different, one trainer in common, 3 owners in common with Tony Olania doing such a great job, but 3 different horses and 3 different drivers even. So it was an amazing thing.
That's when you know things are going well. How about a couple of shout-outs to some of your partners that aren't here with us this week?
That'd be great. So, starting with Rob LeBlanc, he is the man that we pretty much stick with. Joe Spracco, even Martha Frank has a little percentage, there. Brad Grant, Crawford Farms, all the people that have been part of us all the way through, and the Barberas, who are some people new to our group. So it's been very good to have everybody together.
Yeah, we like to call him Uncle Joe Barbera. So
he fits right in. He'll be here next week.
Hopefully he's watching from the comfort of his home or his office here. And explain to everybody what the Lexington experience is like. I mean, we've got some people here. We've got 500 people that can come and join us at the races here. There's fun downtown, and then of course the yearling sale starts on Monday.
Yeah, for me, it's the most interesting part of the year. Sadly, my wife isn't with us this year because she wants to be with the grandchildren, and with quarantines and everything going on, she was a little concerned about that. But I look forward to it. I think first in my life is my family, then my school, and the horses go together. So it's the only time I take a little time off from the Catholic school system. It's the only vacation pretty much that I look forward to every year.
How much are you looking forward to Sunday afternoon and watching Ramona Hill race over the clay again?
Unbelievably, with the Jug and Captain Barbosa, you would think that's the highlight, but it's not. I'm only looking for Ramona to do something on the Red Mile track. She has been, she's been, it's surreal. Nothing like that every race, as Steve said. I also think she's getting better every race. Tony has spaced her out perfectly. Andy has done unbelievable things, and I think all of us agree from those races up at the Meadowlands, she's unique.
She's one of a kind, and we're going to get to watch her on Sunday afternoon. So listen, congratulations to you and your partners on all of the recent successes here. It's just a crazy kind of a year for everybody, but you guys are doing well.
Thank you, and I just want to say we miss you, George Siegel, Myron Bell. Wish you were here with us.
All right, thanks very much. John Federa, ladies and gentlemen, about ready to enjoy a wonderful afternoon of racing here at the Red Mile.
By French superstar stallion Love You, out of the greatest trotting mare of all time, Moneymaker. International Money bred foal books in both of his initial seasons. His foals are uniformly good size with good length, good bone, and conformation. It's very easy to see the much sought-after European influence of Love You in these foals. Follow up on these impressive crops with a booking to the ultimate Euro-American stallion, International Money, standing at Hanover Shoe Farms.
Harris Hoosier Park invites you to an exclusive opportunity to bid on a 2021 breeding of the top 6 stallions in harness racing as part of the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge. The breedings will be auctioned off at the 2020 Lexington Select Yearling Sale on October 6th at 6:45 p.m. at the Fazig-Tipton Sales Pavilion. All proceeds of the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge will be donated to charity. Join us in person or bid online at www.lexingtonselected.com.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Two-year-old trotters on the track for this afternoon's third race. Kicks off the early pick 3. It's the Moneymaker. Sponsored by Rudco Products, Mark and Gina Rudolph. No changes in the third. One is Take This Society. Nancy Tactor trains. Dexter Dunn at the bike. For Diamond Creek Racing, the Order by Stable, Howard Taylor. Marvin Katz. Number 2 is the Frankosaurus. Ron Burke trains for the Burke Racing Stable. And Weaver Brushibby, Matt Kikali. 3, Kriatarba. Rodney DeBeck owns and trains with Randy Gerald. Number 4 is Ethan T. Hanover. Per Ingblom trains for the Ingblom Stable. Douglas Sipple, Mountain Jetted Burrows, Yannick Gingras aboard. 5, Simpatico. Tony Galanya trains for Galanya Racing and Tangi Massey with Andy McCarthy. Number 6, Palpitations. Robin Lopez trains. Brian Sears aboard for Paul Kadir. And 7 is Tangled Love. And Ed Lorenzen trains for the SRF Stable. Tim Tetrick is in the sulky. That's your field for the third race. You get to see Moneymaker. The event here kicks off the early pick 3. They will go to the post in a few minutes for the third.
Racing fans, back here at the Red Mile on a glorious Friday opening day here. Race 3 up next, and we're back on the trot here. 2-year-old Colts and Geldings here that are non-winners of 2 or $15,000 lifetime. Good field of 7. Couple different ways you can go. Big thanks to Scott Zeron back there in race 2, giving at least me my first winner of the meet. It's nice to get that out of the way. And congratulations, I guess, to Tony Alagna sweeping the early double. And John Vadero told me he's not even here this afternoon. He's out there looking at yearlings, looking for that next future champion. Peering out at them right now, number 1, Take This Society. Dexter Dunn's choice over one of the other long shots. Number 2, Frankosaurus here, real good qualifier over the strip a couple of weeks ago. And I guess the horse just needed a little bit more time. Nancy taking over the training here for the team at Diamond Creek Racing. Adam Bowden here with us, the Order by Stable, and Howard Taylor and Marvin Katz. A big hello to Marvin. Marvin always wants me to push the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge here that will be at the Lexington selected sale, the Fasig-Tipton Fairgrounds, coming up on Tuesday. So get more information on that. Check out the commercial that will be running throughout the week. Take This Society right now up there at even money. Dexter Dunn looking to get his first winner again. First time Nancy Tactor. We will see if that works out for the Colt. The morning line favorite was number 4, Ethan T. Hanover, up there at 5-2 right now, so that's good value. Per Engblom, hopefully sitting on a good Red Mile meet here with the son of Bar Hopping. He co-owns with Sipple, Malin Jallant Burrows as well. Coming out of that Pennsylvania Sire Stakes Championship for over $250,000. And when you draw post 8, going for $250, usually you're not going to have much luck. This horse did get the final check, though, being placed 5th at odds of 90-1. Brian Sears drove then. Yannick Gingras back in the bike, and he is familiar with the son of Bar Hopping. My pick, number 7, Tangled Love. Again, the team of Tim Tetrick and Annette Lorenzen. Just hoping this one can get into the game from that outside post. Tim, not familiar with this one yet, the son of Love You for the SRF stable, but I like the class company that he has been keeping here. He's a finisher, and we've seen a couple of finishers win already so far today, so no speed bias over the clay at the Red Mile. So race 3, it's 7-1-4-5 for me. Gabe's got 1-7-4-5.
Getting set for post here for the third race. Still over a minute to wager on your early at pick 3. Fans, to remind you, the pick for this afternoon, a $10,000 guaranteed pool. No takeout, just 15%. That guarantee offered as part of the USTA Strategic Wagering Program. You can find free past performances daily during the Grand Circuit races 7 through 10. Handicapping.ustrotting.com. Again, free past performances for the Pick 4 sequence each and every day as part of the Grand Circuit meet. Handicapping.ustrotting.com. The Dream Foundation starting gate has moved into position. It is post time for the Moneymaker. It's the late, great Moneymaker, over $5.5 million in her career, retired as the richest female of any breed. Third race sponsored by Rudco Products. Mark and Gina Rudolph, we always appreciate their sponsorship and their great work as well as part of the Dream Foundation. Starter calls. Two-year-old trotters lined up for this afternoon's third race. Kicks off the early pick 3, a field of 7. They are on gain. And they're off and trotting. There goes Simpatico out quickly from the center. Ethan T. ahead of her. Left out alertly towards to his inside. Take This Society. Protecting pot on position as they move on to that opening turn. Simpatico and McCarthy up to a take over the top. Take This Society. Away a nice spot there in second for Dunn. Ethan T. ahead of her. Slides it in the third spot in front of Frankosaurus. Creatarba is next. 2 clear of Tangled Love. And at the back, Palpitations. They trot through an opening quarter of 28-4. Simpatico, another Lanya tradee here, is on the point as the bank through out of the back stretch. Take This Society. The set of Muscle Hill tracks tightly there in second. The slight second choice here at 8-5. Ethan T. ahead of her. Rides at the cones third. He's a threatening third at this point. Frankosaurus still fourth. 2 clear of Creatarba. Nothing yet from the slight favorite, Tangled Love, who continues to track in the sixth spot, right down 10 lengths off the top. In front of Palpitations. No change in position as they move past the half in 58 seconds. Just 29-1 in the second quarter, so Simpatico, a well-rated leader, as they trot out of the far turn. It's been a picture-perfect trip second for Take This Society. And he continues to attract the leader tightly for Dunn. Ethan T. ahead of her. Now swings wide from a third, just 2 lengths off the top. Frankosaurus will move to the outside and follow that move up fourth. Tangled Love is a third up, but still 6 off the lead. With Creatarba saving ground in front of Palpitations. They trot at the top of the stretch. Off stride went Frankosaurus. And at the top of the stretch by 3/4, 127-4. Ethan T. ahead of her is quickly taking over the lead. Take This Society rolling down the center of the track. Tangled Love is third as Simpatico is given way. They move into mid-stretch now. Short lead for Ethan T. ahead of her, but here's Take This Society, who throttles right past the outside. He's wrapped up here. Take This Society. Impressive two-wetted. Ethan T. ahead of her second. Tangled Love third. Creatarba was fourth at 155. Judges have posted one Take This Society unofficially first. At 8-5, second to the 4, Ethan T. ahead of her. Third to the 7, Tangled Love. The 3, Creatarba fourth. It's 1-4, 7-3 unofficially in race 3. Turning trackside for the Diamond Creek Farm, a winner's presentation. After taking the moneymaker this afternoon, it's Take This Society. Dancy Tactor, the trader, Dexter Dunn was aboard for the winning effort this afternoon. Take This Society, owned by Diamond Creek Racing. Wellsville, Pennsylvania, the order by Stable of Sweden. Howard Taylor, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Marvin Katz of Ontario. Take This Society, a 2-year-old bay colt. He is by Muscle Hill. The Windsong's Legacy mare, That's Not My Name. Bred in Sweden by order by Stable. First win of his career, just his 4th lifetime start today. Take This Society in race 3. Presenting the trophy to the Wedding Connections, Jen Bongiorno is trackside to greet the Wedding Connections of Take This Society. Prices up for the third race. Take This Society, $520, $320, and $210. Second of the 4, Ethan T. Hanover, $320, $220. Third of the 7, Tangled Love, $210. The exact was $13.80, $1 trifecta, $12.70, 20-cent superfecta was $54. Official rundown in 4 race 3. Take This Society, the winner. 2 Frankosaurus, 7th. 3 Creatarba, 4th. Number 4, Ethan T. Hanover, 2nd. 5 Simpatico, 6th. Number 6, Palpitations, 5th. 7, Tangled Love, 3rd. Rechecking top down, 174, 265 with 3 on the bottom. Take This Society, 155. The 4th race is up next. It is their first stakes event. The opening day program, it's a Bluegrass here, first of 2 divisions for the freshman pacing fillies. The Art Speak purse of $133,500. There are no changes in the upcoming 4th race. It's in 9 minutes. Two-year-old trotters lined up for this afternoon's 3rd race. Kicks off the early pick 3, a field of 7. They are on gain. And they're off and trotting. There goes Simpatico out quickly from the center. Ethan T. Hanover left out alertly towards the to his inside. Take This Society, protecting pot on position as they move on to that opening turn. Simpatico and McCarthy up to a take over the top. Take This Society. Away a nice spot there in second for Dunn. Ethan T. Hanover slides it in the 3rd spot in front of Frankosaurus. Creatarba is next, 2 clear of Tangled Love. And at the back, Palpitations. They trot through an opening quarter of 28-4. Simpatico, another Lanya tradie here, is on the point as the bank through out of the back stretch. Take This Society. The set of Muscle Hill tracks tightly there in second. The slight second choice here at 8-5. Ethan T. Hanover rides at the cones 3rd. He's a threatening 3rd at this point. Frankosaurus still 4th. 2 clear of Creatarba. Nothing yet from the slight favorite, Tangled Love, who continues to track in the 6th spot. Right now, 10 lengths off the top. In front of Palpitations. Don't change in position as they move past the half in 58 seconds. Just 29-1 in the 2nd quarter. So Simpatico, a well-rated leader, as they trot out of the far turn. It's been a picture-perfect trip 2nd for Take This Society. And he continues to attract the leader tightly for Dunn. Ethan T. Hanover now swings wide from 3rd, just 2 lengths off the top. Frankosaurus will move to the outside and follow that move up 4th. Tangled Love is 3rd up, but still 6 off the lead. With Creatarba saving ground in front of Palpitations. They trot at the top of the stretch. Off stride went Frankosaurus. And at the top of the stretch by 3/4, 127-4. Ethan T. Hanover is quickly taking over the lead. Take This Society rolling down the center of the track. Tangled Love is 3rd as Simpatico is given way. They move into mid-stretch now. Short lead for Ethan T. Hanover, but here's Take This Society, who throttles right past the outside. He's wrapped up here. Take This Society. Impressive 2-1. Ethan.
Stay Hungry, one of the most impeccably bred pacing stallions standing at stud. Stay Hungry is a son of the legendary Some Beach Somewhere out of world champion double millionaire My Little Dragon. Stay Hungry bred full books of exceptional mares in his first 2 seasons at stud. His foals are uniformly correct, attractive, and athletic, just like him. At an ultra-reasonable stud fee of $6,000, there is no better value in the pacing stallion ranks than Stay Hungry, standing at Hanover Shoe Farms.
Hickory Lane Horse Farm is the proud home of some of the Buckeye State's most popular stallions, like Dan Patch Champion, What the Hill, Breeders' Crown winner, Racing Hill. World Champion Trotter, Uncle Peter. And our recently retired elder statesman, McArdle. Be sure to visit our website, HickoryLaneFarm.com. Southwind Farms is the premier breeding facility in New Jersey and is home to top trotting sire, Muscle Hill. Southwind also stands the world champion, Walner, and 2018 Breeders' Crown champion, Tactical Landing. Southwind also has a beautiful standardbred nursery in upstate New York, where the rolling hills provide an ideal setting for foals to grow up strong and healthy for the lucrative New York Sire Stakes program.
Bar Hopping, son of Muscle Hill, is making serious waves with his first crop of 2022-year-olds. Over one half of his foals have raced as of July 15, and one half of those are winners. Led by stakes winners In Range,
and it's In Range, in front,
and Pub Crawl.
It's Pub Crawl in one.
A majestic-looking son of the greatest trotting stallion ever, who has already proven his siring ability. Bar Hopping is undoubtedly the next generation, standing at Hanover Shoe Farms.
Southwind Farms is the premier breeding facility in New Jersey and is home to top trotting sire, Muscle Hill. Southwind also stands the world champion, Walner, and 2018 Breeders' Crown champion, Tactical Landing. Southwind also has a beautiful standardbred nursery in upstate New York, where the rolling hills provide an ideal setting for foals to grow up strong and healthy for the lucrative New York Sire Stakes program.
Our track bugler, Terry Miller, calls out the horses for this afternoon's fourth race. 2-year-old pacing fillies, first division of the Artspeak Bluegrass Series, $133,500. Artspeak, highly anticipated first Ontario crop, sells this fall. No changes in the fourth race. One is Peep and Weep. Ron Burke trains for the Burke Racing Stable. Critelli, Swatata, Weaver Brushemi, Matt Kikeli, the driver. Number 2, JK Always Be a Lady. Nancy Tactor trains for the Three Brothers Stables with Yadik Jingram. 3, Lions Soft as Silk. Jim King Jr. trains. Tim Dietrich at the bank for 3 Lions Racing. 4 is Oceans Apart. Ron Burke trains for the Burke Racing Stable. Phil Cordora, Larry Carr, Jerry and Teresa Silva, Perdell Libby with Andy McCarthy. Number 5 is Grace Hill. Nifty Dorbin trains for Tom Hill, Dexter Dunn. 6, Lady Midnight. Tony Galagna trains for the Brittany Farms, Marvin and Lynn Katz, Joe Bongiorno. 7 is Test of Faith. Brett Pelling trains for Melvin Siegel, the Kentuckiana Racing Stable, and Eddie Grand, Dave Miller. At the 8 is Marsala Hanover. Linda Toscado Cranes got 0 out of the bank. But the Enviro Stables, South Mountain Stables, Little E LLC, and Westminster Road. That is the field for the 4th race. No changes. First stakes event of the Grand Circuit meet here in Lexington. Just a few minutes for race 4.
Well, Gabe Pruitt, we've got our first big stakes event of the afternoon this Friday afternoon at the Red Mile in Lexington, Kentucky. The Blue Glass Series for the 2-year-old pacing fillies, the Art Speak as well. Now you and I finally get a chance to talk and go over some of these things, but interesting betting board right now. Number 7, Test of Faith, who you tuned me into on the pregame show. She just clicked up to 1 to 5 from 1 to 9.
Dave, I'm not sure that she merits a 1 to 5 type attention, but for my money, Test of Faith, likely the most impressive stakes winner of the night. There at Hoosier Park last Friday evening, she was just wrapped up 25-3 home there. The filly she defeated, There's Something Beautiful, Dave. She was undefeated prior. She's an Indiana Sire filly, very talented filly in her own right. But Test of Faith, the New York Sire Stakes champion, just so impressive. She's 6 of 7 in her career, Dave. The only loss, that was a runner-up finish at Tioga. That was a race she was interfered with, made a break in stride early. She came back there to be second. So a Test of Faith, nearly perfect here. Daughter of Art Major, a very talented filly. The fans all over right now.
Bred by Fred Hertrick out of Delaware, of course. The filly trained by Brett Pelling, and he's definitely having a good time with her in his barn. Co-owned by Mel Siegel. Ken Jackson's Kentuckiana Racing. He's with us this afternoon, and Eddie Grand right here in Lexington, Kentucky.
How about Eddie Grand, Dave? That's our offensive coordinator. So I'm not sure if he's in the house today. He may be preparing for Ole Miss tomorrow afternoon.
4 o'clock game, right?
4 o'clock kick right here in Lexington.
Well, hopefully we can catch the second half after the card we have here at the Red Mile tomorrow afternoon. Now, sometimes it takes a little bit of guts to pick against a horse that's going to be a big favorite. I'm taking a shot here. Scott Zeron was lucky for me earlier today, and I like the 8 Marsala Hanover in the spot. No, I'm not in love with the post here, but you know, these two fillies from the outside, they're going to both leave together and sort things out. She's by Captain Treacherous out of the Bettor's Delight mare Marinade Hanover, bred by Hanover Shoe Farm. She was a $100,000 yearling buy for the Enviro Stables, South Mountain Stable, Little E, that's Mr. Corral, and of course Westminster Road. I did see Mark Hanover and Gordon Banks with us, so hopefully they'll be trekking across to the winner's circle. So if she does happen to upset and win, guys, get ready for an interview. I'll take one of you. Marsala Hanover should not be 11 to 1. I know that, you know, the odds are coming down again, but still, that's way too high of a price.
Yeah, that's the biggest price, in fact, Dave, she's ever been in her career. You see all 7 starts right on the paper. She's never been double digits. She may still float down. Very talented daughter of Captain Treacherous, as you mentioned. I think she'll be springing the gate here as well to get some position. And that does seem to be an overlay at the moment on the 8 on Marsala Hanover.
We've also got to talk about the filly that's on the screen right now, and she is warming up just beautifully here. Number 5, Grace Hill for Dexter Dunn. Of course, for owner Tom Hill out of the UK, what a tremendous week it was last week up in Delaware. World record performance by Party Girl Hill to remain unbeaten. It was his birthday that day, as Roger Houston told us. He turned 73, so he could have himself another special kind of a filly. She's had 6 starts and has not been worse than second.
Must respect their resume. I'm in agreement, Dave. She's part of that first crop from the world champion, Always Be Mickey. So another stakes performer, stakes winner there from that first crop of Always Be Mickey. Grace Hill, very impressive. Again, never worse than second, as you said, but this is a tough assignment today. I know she's been in some tough battles, Dave, in that Pennsylvania Sire Stakes circuit, but her first Grand Circuit test here this afternoon.
And that will not be easy to pass, but we'll find out. There's Lady Midnight, and of course there's Joe Bongiorno, who added the Little Brown Jug trophy to his resume. It's been a big year for Joe. Got married at the end of, I think, 2019, and he went over that 2,000 career win plateau just a couple of weeks or maybe a month or so ago. Lady Midnight, also by Captain Treacherous. This is a homebred for the boss, George Siegel, Marvin and Lynn Katz here. Tony Alagna has done a real good job of getting her ready, including the trip to Canada.
Yes, she was up there in the When You Wish Upon a Star series, ride back locally, Dave. Really took on a couple of softer groups, I thought, in that Commonwealth Series. That did not come up particularly tough. You'll see she was 10 cents on the dollar and one win, 20 cents on the dollar, even at the final. So it is a giant step up today for Lady Midnight, but this is a daughter of Captain Treacherous with plenty of upside potential. She's certainly rounding right into form here as many do for trainer Tony Alanya since arriving at Lexington.
And it's already been a good day for the Alanya Armada as they swept the first 2 races on the card. You know what they say, what happens in 2s always comes in 3.
We'll see. It's just a matter of when, not if.
All right, there you see the picks at the bottom of the screen. Gabe going 7.586. I will be at 8.752, hoping to spring the upset. But right now, the fans doing the betting are very much in the corner of Test of Faith. She is at 1-2. Good luck, everybody.
The Dream Foundation starting gate. Moving into position. It's post time for this afternoon's 4th race. Starter call. It is the first division of the Arts Speak. Arts Speak, 14-time winner. Over $1.7 million. Sire of 2 crops right now of racing age. Multiple Pennsylvania Sire Stakes winners, part of those limited first crops. Settling his first Ontario crop this fall. Art Speak, the namesake of this afternoon's 4th race, sponsored by Art Speak Syndicate and Winback Farm. Freshman fillies lined up their first Grand Circuit stake of the season. First over $133,000. Field of 8. They are on game. And they are off. Marsala ahead of her. Came out swinging from the far outside. Lady Midnight left the gate well, as did Lion Soft as Silk. As they sprint into that opening turn, Marsala ahead of her as her sights set on the lead. She'll take over the top from Lion Soft as Silk. Lady Midnight will back off the top here. She'll tuck in 3rd. The big favorite, Test of Faith. She found a good early seat in 4th. J.K. Always Be a Lady is out riding in 5th for Gingron in front of Grace Hill. Peep and Weep is next. At the back, Oceans Apart. The opening quarter modified here, just 28 seconds. As Marsala ahead of her takes this field across the backstretch. She's 2 clear of Lion Soft as Silk. Lady Midnight continues to race 4 lengths off the lead 3rd. The favorite, Test of Faith, still patient at this point, 4th for Miller. In front of J.K. Always Be a Lady. Grace Hill tracks from a 6th as Peep and Weep will look to shoot the gap down at the inside in front of her stablemate Oceans Apart. As the fillies race past the half here, 55-4. Still a moderate tempo for this group as Marsala ahead of her continues uncontested on the points. The tactical advantage right now to Marsala ahead of her, and she takes the field out of the far turn. Line Soft as Silk still enjoying the nice trip 2nd. The favorite, Test of Faith, she is uncovered. Still 2.5 lengths off the pacemaker. J.K. Always Be a Lady tracks the favorite up on the outside now. 4th for Gingron. Captain Midnight Her Lady Midnight, rather, she's pinned in from 5th as they race to the top of the stretch. And on top, late, Marsada ahead of her, continues as the target through 3/4, 124. Test of Faith trying to wear her down, and she's hand-driven through the stretch. Test of Faith here sprints right past Marsada ahead of her. Lion Soft as Silk tries to shoot through late dead at the inside. Lady Midnight late pace, but it's all Test of Faith. She passes the test again today. Test of Faith wrapped up to win it decisively. Time for the place. Marsada ahead of her there with JK Always Be a Lady, 150-3. Judges have posted the 7 Test of Faith. Second of the 8, Marsada ahead of her. Third of the 2, JK Always Be a Lady. And fourth, the number 6, Lady Midnight. 7-8-2-6 at officially race 4. Returning trackside for the Diamond Creek Farm Winners presentation. This is Test of Faith. Another impressive score this afternoon. Brett Pelling, the trainer. Dave Miller aboard for the winning effort. Test of Faith, owned by Melvin Siegel, Charlotte, North Carolina, the Kentucky Anna Racing Stable, and Eddie Grant right here in Lexington. It is her 6th consecutive victory. She's now 7 of 8 to begin her career. 2-year-old bay fielded by Art Major from the Cam's Card Shark Mare Cadet Cabby. Bred by Fred Hertrick, the 3rd of Delaware. Test of Faith at a career best effort this afternoon. 150-3. Test of Faith impressive in the 4th. Price is up. Test of Faith, $260, $210, and $210. Second of the 8, Marsada ahead of her, $523. Third of the 2, JK Always Be a Lady, $780. Exact $13.60. A $1 trifecta, $41.50. 20-cent superfecta, $26.68. Official rundowns for the 4th race. Peep and Weep 6th. 2, JK Always Be a Lady 3rd. 3 Lions Soft as Silk 7th. 4 Oceans Apart 8th. 5 Grace Hill 5th. Number 6, Lady Midnight 4th. 7, Test of Faith, the race winner. 8, Marcella ahead of her 2nd. Rechecking top down at 637. 854. 1 and 2 on the bottom. Test of Faith. And a career best effort once more today. 150-3. To learn a little more
about an impressive filly. We'll send it down the stairs to Dave Brower, who's standing by.
Thank you very much, Gabe Pruitt, standing with co-owner Ken Jackson, the master of the Kentuckiana Farms. Ken, first of all, congratulations on what an unbelievable effort this afternoon by Test of Faith here. What kind of filly is this?
Yeah, we really think she's a special filly. You know, Dave, one thing I want to do first is thank Brett and Melvin Siegel for letting us be part of this horse, and then Eddie Grand, who is the lucky charm in everything we do. He's now owned 5 standardbreds, and they've all won significant dollars, and hopefully he'll get a big win tomorrow.
Now, I know you're very good at what you do as a salesman and stuff like that. How did you get Eddie Grand on board?
It was really interesting being here in Lexington and all of our buddies being thoroughbred guys. Eddie asked me if he could get involved. I never said a word to him. He bugged me for about 6 months. This was about 4 years ago. And he kept asking me. He said he wanted to own a standardbred with me. So we did our first 2, had some fun, and it's number 5 right now.
Well, now you've got a real potential champion in the works here. Now, listen, we don't see the Kentuckiana name as often in the ownership line. You know, you guys breed and sell most of your stuff over at the Lexington Selected sale. So, you know, how did this one work out?
Yeah, we usually race 2 to 3 a year that we want to put back in the broodmare band. Melvin bought this year. And, you know, we had with Melvin Siegel, the brother, can't beach that, who showed some real promise but never could get really over the hump. And when Melvin bought this one, Brett loved her, and we decided we'd come in with him, and he was generous enough to let us in. So great partners like that make it fun.
It sure does. That's what we're all about here. When was the first time Brett called you and told you you could have a special one?
Brett talked to Bob pretty early on, but when we started going to New York, Brett was pretty adamant that we had the best 2-year-old Payson filly in the country, and definitely in New York, and maybe it's truly the case.
Well, now she's shined on the big track here, and maybe that was the only other thing she had to pass, you know, the true mile track test.
Yeah, it's she was really special today. You know, last week she was great at Hoosier Park, and Brett's the boss. We just go along for the ride.
That's always a good thing. I got one more question for you. We've got the mixed sale, the selected Lexington sale starting on Monday. What are you looking forward to?
It's I think it's going to be a good sale. You know, 90 days ago, everybody was concerned. Ohio showed great promise, and you know, there's a nice circuit being built here in Kentucky. Some exciting new news, and you combine that with what's going on in Indiana and Ohio. I think it'll be a nice sale for everyone.
And where do we find the Kentuckiana consignment over at the fairgrounds?
Barns 5 and 6 as always.
All right, Ken, thanks very much for the interview. Congratulations. What a big win from Test of Faith. She looks awfully good.
Thank you very much, Dave, and I really appreciate you making the effort to come down here. It really, really adds to the program down here.
I appreciate that, too. My pleasure. Thank you, sir.
The world's greatest harness racing returns to Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment on Saturday, September 5th. Live racing at 7:15 every Friday and Saturday through December 26th. Admission and parking are free. The track is also open for simulcasting 7 days a week. Plus, check out our FanDuel Sportsbook, where you can legally watch and wager on all sports action. Visit PlayMeadowlands.com for complete racing and sports wagering information. Must be 21 or older to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Diamond Creek Farm presents Sweet Lou, the Great White Blaze. With star power and charisma to spare, fans far and wide. Success at the highest levels, and that unique look that just says greatness.
Oh, Sweet Lou! How sweet it is! Sweet Lou rocks! And Sweet Lou wins the TVG free-for-all final!
Sweet Lou, the Great White Blaze, now standing at Diamond Creek Farm.
Captain Treacherous, North America's dominant pacing stallion. Captain Fillies were 1, 2, 3 in the 2019 2-year-old Breeders' Crown.
Reflect with me, 150 and 3.
As well as the 2020 Mistletoe Chalet.
Reflect with me, then Lion Sentinel, then Rocknificent, 149.
The captain sired half of the 2020 Meadowlands pace starters, including Allywag Hanover.
Allywag Hanover again.
Standing at Hanover Shoe Farms.
Art Speak, The next generation of Western Ideal in Ontario. 2-year-old called Pacer of the Year in Canada and the United States. He's a multiple stakes winner, including the Governor's Cup, the Metro Pace, the Bluegrass Stakes, and the New Jersey Sire Stakes finals twice. He's a proven sire of PA Stakes winners from 2 crops of racing age. ArtSpeak's first Ontario crop sells in 2020. Look at the fall yearling sales for ArtSpeak Offspring. For more information, winbackfarm.com.